Welcome back to the Nerdy Grail and welcome to a brand new ranking video here on the channel. This time I am ranking every incarnation of the Master. Now this video was inspired by a recent video from Snares, who did a video ranking every incarnation of the Master. Fantastic video, by the way, so please check that out if you haven't done so already. But also this is because, you know, Ncuti Gatwa left last year and he hasn't got to face the Master. And the Master is one of the most iconic Doctor Who villains of all time. We recently had season 21 come out and I rewatched Planet of Fire with Anthony Ainley, which was fantastic, by the way. But I thought I want to rank every single incarnation of the Master that I have seen so far, and hopefully we will see the Master pop back on our screens in either the Christmas special or maybe in the next full season. Because we need to know, has he escaped that golden tooth? We'll have to wait and see. But how this is going to work is I'm ranking mostly the TV ones. However, I have included some Big Finish ones in here as well, because I have listened to a lot of the Big Finish Master audio, so I thought I will include those in this video. There's a couple of incarnations in here, or variations that haven't been included. Like, I haven't included the Lumiate because I haven't seen the Lumiate. I haven't included the Preacher Master or the Young Master. And I haven't included the potential, because I'm still unsure about it, for the Master from the War Games, because I'm still up in arms as to whether that actually counts or not. So I haven't included any of those. But remember, like any ranking video, this is just my personal opinion. So if you disagree with my list, that's perfectly okay, because you might have one that you think should be higher or lower. But let's just keep all comments respectful, please, because this is just my opinion. And my opinion does change over time as well. But without any further ado, let's jump straight into this list, starting with a Big Finish audio master, played by James Dreyfus, known as the Inventor Master. Now, I've only got one audio of this master, the Psychic Circus, where he takes on the 7th Doctor. And if I'm being honest, I'm going to put this master down in meh, only because I don't really fully connect with this master. He's almost a bit like a diet Roger Delgado. He just doesn't have overall the charm that Roger Delgado has. And yeah, I'm not too sure. And I mean, he could be better in other ones. Like, I know he's done ones with the First Doctor, played by David Bradley and stuff. But going based on the one I've seen, I'm not a massive fan, if I'm perfectly honest. But you know, over time, maybe if I see more, my mind might change on him, to be honest. Obviously, then we've got Roger Delgado, who, let's be real, you know, he is one of the best masters we've ever had. Teaming up with the 3rd Doctor, he's great with both the Doctor and companions. He has such a fun relationship with the two. They've got that brotherly dynamic, which I know they were potentially going to go down that route until, unfortunately, Roger Delgado sadly passed away. He was taken from us far too soon. I would have loved to have seen so many more stories with that master. But he was great as the Master of Disguise, hypnotizing people and managing to manipulate situations to get what he wants. He was absolutely perfect and deserves to be up in the best. Then we've got the Decayed Master. We've got two different versions, one played by Peter Pratt and one played by Geoffrey Beevers, who also does the Master in Big Finish as well. So when I talk about Geoffrey, I'm going to also talk about the Big Finish, because they are different to some degree. Peter Pratt, I'm going to put in good. He was a good incarnation of the Master, don't get me wrong, but this Master obviously was a lot more sinister. He lured the 4th Doctor back to Gallifrey, accused him of assassinating the President, you know, really being manipulative, but he's obviously like just a skeleton of what he used to be. He's dying, he's in so much pain, he's really fierce. He has no fear in like shooting people, killing people. He doesn't have, I don't know, the suave nature from Roger Delgado's gone, and he just seems like your generic villain. He's unrecognisable as the Master, which I suppose to a degree is kind of the idea. But yeah, he's good, don't get me wrong, but just nothing truly stands out to me, to be honest. And even in The Deadly Assassin, he's not in it an awful lot, so can't really say much there. Geoffrey Beevers I'm going to actually put in great, mostly due to Big Finish. If I went by Keeper Traken, he's only in it a little bit. But Big Finish, he does a fantastic job, and his voice on an audio is brilliant. He's perfect for the audio masters. You know, the cool, calm, collective, creepy, eerie tones to his voice coming through are brilliant. He's interacted with so many other different incarnations. He's brilliant, and I think he's a great master. His Keeper of Trautman appearance was nice before he merged with Treemass and became the Treemass Master played by Anthony Ainley. But yeah, I think he is a great master and definitely worth a listen to some of his Big Finish audios. Then obviously we've got, which was the first master I ever watched through Survival, you've got Anthony Ainley's incarnation of the Master. Now, I'm going to put Anthony Ainley's incarnation up in great, because he is definitely a great master. He's been with the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th Doctors. But I think over time, his roles started to become a little bit less warranted. Like, he was fantastic at the start with Logopolis and Castrovalva, all the way up to probably like the 5 Doctors and even Planet of Fire to a degree. But the 6th and 7th Doctor stories with the Anthony Ainley Master aren't the best. Like, Mark of the Rani, he didn't really need to be there, and even the Doctor and the Rani are like, why are you here? Trial of the Time Lord, he only comes into the last 2 parts to sort of say, yeah, the Doctor's been right all along, by the way. So, yeah, he wasn't really needed. I mean, he did push the plot along, but you could have replaced him with anyone, really. And then in Survival, he spends half the episode trapped in a cat planet. He's turning into a cheetah, and he doesn't do an awful lot. So, unfortunately, that's why he's not up there in the best. But he's a memorable master. Got a memorable laugh, memorable outfit, and he is iconic. I can't deny. He's fantastic, but just misses out on being up there in the best because he does have a bit of a rocky era towards the end. Then we've got Eric Roberts, the TV Movie Master. I'm putting the TV Movie Master in good. He is a good master, but obviously they were panning to a new audience, you know, after the hiatus and the gap. You know, they were trying to reach out to an Americanized audience, you know, so he played it a bit differently. You know, he's got the suave and he's got the flair, and he's a bit of a drama queen. He's funny as well, the way he is with Lee, so he almost has like a companion with him. You know, their arguments in the ambulance is fantastic, brilliant. He does bounce off Paul McGann perfectly. He is like a vampire. He's got like a Count Dracula style robe and outfit. You know, obviously he was a giant snake that steals the body of Bruce, you know, so he's like a parasite. It's an interesting idea, and some of his Big Finish audios are pretty good as well. The box set Master, I think, is really good. But yeah, he's good, but there's just something missing, and I think he's a little bit too different for me, which is a weird thing to say when it changes actors all the time. But yeah, he's good, but just not great. Then we've got Alex McQueen's Reborn Master from Big Finish. I'm instantly going to put him up in the best. I think... No. I'm going to put him in great. He could go in the best. I'm not going to lie. He could go in the best. He's going to go in great. Because, like, out of all the Big Finish masters, you know, Dark Eyes is fantastic, by the way. Please listen to Dark Eyes if you haven't listened to it. He's a master I would love. If you could take him from Big Finish and put him on the big screen, that needs to be done. We need to get this actor and get this master on the screen because he is perfect. He's got quite a calm and soothing voice, but then he can be quite malicious, and he's perfect for the audio era, and he's worked with so many Doctors well, like the 6th Doctor, the 7th Doctor, the 8th Doctor. You know, you could put him with anyone and he would work really, really well. I love his audio adventures. He's fantastic. When we had the 2 Masters, where he was teaming up with the Decayed Master, and they swapped bodies, and this, that, and the other. Fantastic. He's great. I love him. He's brilliant. Put him on the big screen, please. He is a great master. We need more of him. He does have that manipulative nature of the Master as well. So yeah, and it was really interesting to come from like the TV Movie Master to this guy. It was really, really interesting. Then we've got one who's technically both Big Finish and TV. You've got Derek Jacobi's Professor Yana and Stroke the War Master, and I'm putting him up in the best. Now, hear me out. You know, it's gutting we only got a small time of him on screen as the Master, but the War Master is probably one of the most sinister versions of the Master I've ever seen. You know, he really manipulates situations. The first box that I ever listened to of the War Master, he literally goes back in time and messes with Joe and Nyssa in the most twisted and sick ways possible. He is evil. He is pure evil, but still has the cool natures, I think, of both Delgado and Anthony Ainley's incarnation. He is the perfect blend, I think, of classic and modern Master. He's done superbly, and Derek Jacobi should easily come back into Doctor Who as the War Master. I think he would be great. Could we have more of him? Could we get like a Paul McGann spin-off and have Paul McGann and Derek Jacobi's Master? I think that would be a good pairing. But yeah, he's brilliant. I know some people will be like, why is he up in the best? He should, you know, be lower. But I don't know. There's just something about him that I really, really love and click. And I've watched Utopia so many times because I'm like, I want you to be in more stories. But yeah, so it would be great to see the War Master more. John Sim, I'm also going to put up there in the best, but mostly due to his season 10 appearance. If it was due to just his David Tennant era one, I would probably say he's great, but not quite the best. Because he's got the cool nature of the Master. You know, he's got the hypnotizing nature of the Master, you know, that you will obey me, and he's got the controlling nature. He is the polar opposite to the Doctor. But there's something always been missing about him. He didn't have the full classic vibe. And also then you got like the End of Time where he turns into a skeleton that can jump tall buildings in a bound. You know, he eats super fast. He can run really quick. It really just, like, you're not the Master. But then in Series 10 when he came back and he did a full Master of Disguise. He had a goatee, he had like the outfit that almost resembled Delgado / Ainley's outfit. He was perfect, he was brilliant, and I loved his arc that he had. He is brilliant. The Saxon Master, played by John Sim, is really, really good. So I can't deny he had to go up there in the best. Michelle Gomez. Now, I've met Michelle Gomez at conventions. She's brilliant, and hopefully I'll meet her again if I do go to another convention this year. She is a brilliant actor, and this is nothing to do with the fact that she is a woman, because I love Jodie Whittaker now. I think Jodie Whittaker's fantastic. I'm putting Michelle Gomez's incarnation in good, because she just never really truly felt like the Master. Do you know who she would have been perfect for? The Rani. She has the nature of the Master, don't get me wrong. She can manipulate situations. She has the evil nature. She has the cool tendencies. She has Master in her, but for me, she always felt like her plans and her schemes always felt more like something the Rani would do with experimenting. So I feel like she would have been perfect for the Rani, and Moffat, I don't know why you didn't do that. I know you were probably trying to test the waters, have a female Master, because then you can have a female Doctor with no fears. So that could have been an idea, and that might have been the plan. But I'm just saying, you missed out on an opportunity here to make Michelle Gomez the Rani. And don't get me wrong, she is fine as the Master. She's not quite meh level worthy, but I don't know. Just it doesn't always stick with me as the Master. But she would have been perfect as the Rani, or a brand new evil Time Lord in general. But yeah, she's good, but just there's something missing for her. And hopefully, a bit like John Sim, who came back years later and went from, in my eyes, going from great to the best, Michelle Gomez could easily come back, and she could then go from good to great. And I'm hoping that that will be the case, because, you know, she's more than capable. Fantastic actor. Love Michelle Gomez. She's funny as hell. And then finally, we've got Sacha Dhawan, probably the most controversial Master, because if you go across the internet, you will probably see that Sacha, a lot of people say he's the worst thing ever, and a lot of people saying that he is the best thing since sliced bread, that he's absolutely amazing. And if I'm being honest, and people might disagree, will disagree with me on this, but I'm putting Sacha Dhawan up there as one of the best Masters, because he is, for me, a bit like Derek Jacobi. I think he's a good combination of both classic and modern Master. I know he does go back, you know, until we're explained otherwise, he does go back on the Michelle Gomez arc, but you know, he's just so good, though. He's so, you know, he has reason to be angry and annoyed at the Doctor for all the discoveries that he's found. He's crazy. He does do the Master of Disguise when he disguises himself as Rasputin. That reveal of O in Spyfall was terrific. I did not expect him to be the Master, and he does it in such a cool fashion. He is really good, and I love how he goes from the calm nature to just snaps and screaming at the top of his voice. He is a maniacal Master and not one to mess with. I love Sacha Dhawan. I've also met him at convention. I've also dressed as him for conventions. He's amazing. I'd love to meet him again. So for me, he's got to go up there with Delgado and Jacoby and John Sim as one of the best masters of all time. But that is going to be my video ranking every master we've had on screen so far. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please like it by giving it a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts on the master and what would your ranking be. But just remember to keep all comments respectful, please. And subscribe if you are new. But for now, this is the Nerdy Grail signing off. I hope you've had an amazing day. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now, everyone.